Port Adelaide and Essendon. I think both teams are in the 8 right now. I think both teams might be in the top 4. Potentially. I know they're both in the top 8 at the moment, where we're coming into this game. So, we're also tried stuff. So, our black controller is playing as Port, which is player 1. The white one, which is usually player 1, is currently player 2 for this game. Oh wait, no, that's wrong. The black is controlling Essendon. So it's the same thing. The player 1 controller though is controlling the away team. And what I'm curious on is to see if it switches things around, because my theory has been that the home team has an automatic advantage, but it's possible that it's a player 1 advantage, which I almost always set towards the home team. So we'll see how this game goes. It'll be interesting to see if it follows along that my idea, you know? We'll see. I don't know, maybe it will tell us nothing. Maybe it'll tell us everything. What do we got there? Oh, damn. Okay, so I think there's a little kick on. Yeah, that was. Okay, great. I think you should just give it back to him. Okay, it's not 15. Get rid of it, please. I was, before coming in to play this game, I was thinking about, okay, I wonder, like, how many people, like, go and watch, like, cover songs, you know, like, cover artists, because I'm thinking, like, so on YouTube, you'd have it where, there would be people who are, like, just doing covers of songs, right? But that's just what they do. But it, like, what was my point in this? Oh, it's because I was, like, having the, you know the song, like, Come Together by the Beatles? There was, I remember, how, like, I really enjoyed this cover from, have you ever heard of Frog Leap Studios? So, like, I don't know where he's from. I think he's from Germany, but he does a lot of stuff. And I literally got onto that at some point last year. Would have been, I think it would have been last year, potentially the year before, but it would have been because I wanted to look up like a heavy metal version of if you're happy and you know it, like clap your hands. So like I got there from that, and so it was like it was really cool to me that he had songs that were kind of, so like he does heavy metal stuff. He just takes songs and does heavy metal versions of them, and all different types of songs are in there. So it's like it's always like really cool to me seeing stuff like that where someone is able to take a song and just completely change it up, you know? I think that's cool. What do you got there?
It looks a well-oiled forward line. Normally a reliable kick. Can he make?
But then I can also just enjoy cover artists sometimes. That can always be good. What do you got there?
Leans back and
okay, he got that. So that's the first goal of the game. Cool.
Movement there created that opportunity and a cool finish as well. On the board first. The big men fly. Merritt. That's an aggressive
just
handball.
Stuck in my head, man. How much I watch like singing shows? Like I remember like my beginnings in that would have been like that 2003 Australian Idol season. I know I even got like a DVD of it, which would still work.
Cleanly on the wing. Clever kick.
But it's like that was always like that always just ended up being something that I just like really enjoyed, man. And then I don't know, I guess at some point would have gotten out of them, because I mean if you're just kind of seeing the same thing over and over again, that kind of, it can get tiresome, you know. But ooh, like, what's the best singing show? That's like, I'm just trying to think that in my head. Part of me is thinking like The Voice, because you got that element where there's like the the judges don't see them. There's the will they or won't they in terms of and the reveal of whether or not like they make it through the next round. I think it's like so much better on The Voice. where it's like you're hitting that button, yeah, you're going through, rather than you just kind of see Theodore, and then they're told yes or no. But it's also better because the contestant can also have a choice in themselves rather than just making it through the next round. That's probably I haven't seen like voice seasons where where the judges like stop each other from being able to get contestants. I haven't watched enough of The Voice to actually like watch those seasons. Oh, we got here. Go get the handball over there. Oh, goddamn. Okay.
Heads long towards goal. He's got the distance.
Well, he's missed that one. Alright then. Anyway, but going from like singing show, it got me thinking about like, you know, like the Got Talent seasons and all that stuff. It's great. Like, isn't so much of it now just dominated by magicians? Like when magicians would have started out taking over, it would have been like really cool, but now like most of like, isn't there like a whole Got Talent version that is just magicians? And I'm not talking about like the Penn and Teller show, but isn't there like an actual version that was just magicians? I think there might have been. Oh my god, yes, Penn and Teller Fuller, great show. I haven't watched that in a while. I've wanted to go watch it, but I mean, I've been doing this stuff, so like my abilities to go do that become a bit more limited. But that would be great. Magic's awesome, man. It's literally just like, it's one of those rare things, I guess, where I am happy to know that I'm being fooled, but I'm just happy to kind of like watch it and enjoy it and let it happen, you know? I remember, I do not remember how long ago this was, but I do remember like how I had spent time trying to learn magic tricks a little bit, so I would have learned a couple of things. I remember learning something with one of them would have been a card trick, but I would have learned something with like matches, where you would have two glasses. You would put a coin under one of the glasses. I think that's correct. There was something to this. Oh, that's an interesting. I can't remember the trick exactly, but you ended up having to use like a matchstick to like kind of get it. You had to. Oh, I think I know the setup. I think I remember the setup. So I think the setup was you had two glasses. You put a matchstick in between them, right? And you had a coin under one of them, under the glasses, and you had to get the coin without the matchstick dropping the ground. And like the key to it, I remember, was about you had to light the matchstick, and then you had to blow it out, and it would stick to the glass, so then you would be good. I remember that's what you had to do. They come this way. But that was something I learned from a YouTube channel called Scam School some amount of years ago, which anytime I think of that damn channel, I immediately think of Pedals Around the Rose, which I don't know if you know that frickin' logic puzzle shit, but I did not enjoy that. I did not enjoy that. Which what I mean by that is I really enjoyed it. I just couldn't work it out for over an hour. And then I had to go get a hint. Oh wait, why you not go mark it? That could have been cool if you just marked that. Oh, you've missed it.
A fine passage of play, didn't get the finish it deserved.
Oh, goddamn. Now I'm just stuck thinking about how cool Magic is.
They're playing with purpose and poise. Davy
Jones get that.
gathers on the forward flank. He hasn't kicked it very well. That's a miss kick, and it's been.
But so much of Magic isn't just like the magic tricks; it's also the personality.
The kick was misdirected.
Because I think of like Penn and Teller, and it's like the performance in their personalities. Well, Teller says nothing, but that's kind of what it comes to, you know. You ever see the Penn and Teller bullshit show? That would have started in like 03 and ended early 2010s, I guess. You'll ever see that? That was. I'm over here just being like, here's the thing I like. Here's the thing I like. What do we got this way? Oh damn. Okay. You know, I think I was thinking about this. I remember yesterday. I remember yesterday in the last game we had. Like the way I was talking was just kind of like my mind was clearly all over the place throughout for some reason. So like I could tell that I was talking slightly differently. And I remember making a comment about not being on drugs and stuff. And then, like, today, I was thinking about that and going, huh, I can understand, it's like, that feeling of, like, because the way that I was, like, talking, the way I was acting, I didn't hate it, you know, I didn't hate it. So, it was like, I understand why people go on drugs and shit, like, and all that stuff. It's like, okay, I kind of get it. Maybe, like, I need some type of food. Maybe there's, like, a magic food for me. Yeah, okay, come that way. Because you would act differently based on even just like food you would eat. Maybe you only have like a sandwich, but if you have a sandwich versus no sandwich, that's going to alter your body. That's going to get your mind moving around differently, you know. You need that magic sandwich. Oh, the first quarter's done.
Both sides had some poor inside 50 entries.
You know, I should have noticed that when the siren went, that I just kind of was talking. So I'm over here playing, but I'm in my own little world at the same time. Okay, bring that way. Who you got?
That's not a mark. He'll be sore in the morning. Not good footy there.
Oh God.
He's lost possession.
Did y'all see the way that man was like bent over? I don't know what the hell was going on over there. Missed the last set. Get the handballs in. Oh, handball it out that way. Yeah, I knew someone was there. I knew someone was there.
And can drive them into attack. They've put themselves under pressure.
Come that way. I remember. Oh.
Can send them into attack.
Come this way. I remember like in the first, like when I was doing the first round, I had someone like comment about about how they wanted to see me playing, like because I was using both controllers, and I was like, and the way that it, like the interaction kind of went, I was like, okay, so is this person like accusing me of faking it, you know? And like in a moment like this, where I'm just talking about something else, and the game's kind of going on. And then, like, there are times where my reactions to what's happening is delayed. Part of me is like, I wonder if people are like, is this dude doing it or not? And I'm like, it's both funny and frustrating, the thought of that, but I don't know. Because it's like, I could understand why someone could be sus, you know? Come this way. Come that way. God, how long ago was that? That would have been a month ago. Come this way. Got it in there.
He wants the corridor. Time for the crowd to go to work.
Go this way. But I just like trying to have other things to talk about. Come this, get the kick in there.
Dixon is in a better position.
Speaking of, when I think of that magic show and when I think of the Penn and Teller stuff, it can also make me think of Alison Hannigan because she's like the host of it now. Well, she has been for like what? I don't even know how many years at this point. But it's like it's also weird to me how like sometimes you have like actors and actresses and all that like oh you like them and stuff, so there would be those where you're like, oh my god, this person's in it, let me go watch it. Somehow Alison Hannigan is it's been the type of actress who's just in like a bunch of stuff I like, but I'm not there for her, but somehow she's always there and I like her in it because you got because you got the Penn and Teller stuff. She's in American Pie, she's in How I Met Your Mother, and she's in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, all of which I really like. Come this way.
Stringer had his name written all over it. Into the pocket he goes.
Oh. You'll ever... I do wonder... Oh, geez, get rid of that. I do wonder how many people who've seen Buffy the Vampire Slayer actually have gone ahead and watched, like, the spin-off Angel. Which is also very good. Come that way. Oh, yikes. There was always that one episode in it with, like, the woman Jasmine, who, like, her face went, like, seems perfectly fine at first, but then you see all the maggots in her face and everything, you know? And it's like, that was always like a cool episode. That was always like a cool, like, messaging in there about, like, facades, you know, someone who's like pretending to be this amazing thing for the world, but like there's a secret that most of the people at first just can't see, and it took them like one at a time to start getting it, and then they gotta fight her, you know. It'll come this way. Oh!
It hasn't been a great spectacle.
Oh yeah, I remember I wanted to talk about like conflict resolution and something like that. I was gonna mention that. It was literally the one. It was like the only thing pretty much. Well, no, it was that and like the idea of understanding why people would want to be drunk in like Twitch shit and other content stuff, right? It's like understanding, because your mind, if you're drunk, like inhibitions are going and stuff or whatever, you're probably like there's a chance you'd be more free flowing maybe with your mind, with like the alterations in your mind for the personality, how that can be more entertaining and get you going. Like I got that. Like it's like coming to that understanding. I don't want to do that. I still don't. I'm like, no, thank you. I don't want to be doing it. Get the handball over there.
He's set upon. That's not coming out, and it'll be the umpire's ball deep inside 50. Good ruck work.
Let's go. Yeah. Like you ever hit like the conflict resolution stuff on say? Like you ever like grown up and told the idea about like using your words and not like solving shit with fists? You ever hear that, but then you realize as you think of how everything in the world has been resolved, it's always just through like wars, which is just shooting people and just killing them and everything. And it's like it's not. It's like it feels kind of bullshit when I think about the idea of you need to solve things with your words. It's like I'm pretty sure if you look at history, everyone thinks it's a pretty good idea. Like if you just use your fists and you win, like problem solved. You know, because there is only so far you can go with your words, you know, which is like the it would be like the intellectual approach to solving a conflict, right? Because in humans we go like emotion first, then we come up with our intellectual logic shit to try and explain away our feelings, and then we act on them, which is the physical part of it, right? It goes like, I call it like lights, camera, action, where the heart, which would, so like our emotional desires would be lights, then the camera is like your strategies and shit of how you think about stuff. So that's the intellect, that's the camera, and then the action is just the actual act of doing it, right? Okay. So it's like if you're looking to like solve problems and shit, but it's like there would be, if you can just emotionally get to people, the emotional argument, because you ever see stuff where people are like, oh my god, that person isn't logical. You don't need a logical argument. It's like, okay, there's part of me where I was gonna go into like what logic means, but just for the sakes of for the purpose of right at this moment, sure, logic, no thank you and stuff. Like it's emotions and stuff that are always more powerful, always going to be more powerful. Come this way. Ah, shit.
He's besieged.
Go that way.
Attracted a crowd. Clean
who you got?
Getting their handball game going.
And you get this way. Where was I going with that shit? I don't know. Oh right, it was like if you can just get people emotionally, like, great, then you got them. They ain't gonna be doing all this other stuff and whatever. Okay, then maybe you don't get past that. Maybe then you look to be like, hey, now let's maybe try and use our words. Try and just be like, hey, here's some reasons, blah blah blah, to not be doing that shit. And then if that works, cool. If it doesn't, then maybe you gotta beat the crap and kill him. If it kind of, you know, depending on circumstances. That's just kind of how, if I think about the world and what I've seen on like reality shows, that's kind of, it's pretty consistent. I think that's pretty consistent.
They're doing plenty right, just not putting it on the scoreboard.
Oh yeah.
Ridley goes towards half back. Caldwell.
It would actually kind of explain why people in wars who like speak different languages, how it would be very easy to like it's almost like you're skipping like especially in the past where like translators wouldn't have been a thing so much, about how it's been very easy to just skip over the like trying to talk it out part because you couldn't do it. That's actually an interesting point. Imagine if like however many years ago translators were just much more accessible in different languages. How many words like would be resolved because they were just they had the ability to understand what each other is saying. I don't know. Go, come this way.
Good vision there.
Bringing it over. Rioli. I think that's a goal. There you go. There you go.
That ball beautifully indeed. They're hard to defend at their skillful best. One kick game again. Rucks go at it. Shield. Will the umpire...
You know, maybe like changing the controllers on which one was which. Maybe that actually did work. Maybe it kind of worked. I guess in like tomorrow and like the future days, if this game just kind of continues, like it's a nice score right now. Usually we're used to what's one team blowing out the other.
Martin takes an excellent grab.
Oh dude, don't be doing that. Don't be doing that.
He'd like to have that one back. That'll go close to the Burton keen to get the ball.
And you go down.
Can they find
and you go down.
Pal Pepper. Gotta go quick.
Okay, we're getting to half time. We're almost there. We got 50 seconds left. We'll see if either of them can get a score in here. Get rid of it. Someone get the ball. Who you got?
Drew needs a good decision. A bit of a panicked handball. Redmond takes it on the half-back flank. That's a
good. Anyone want to get that good? Anyone want? Oh, you want to get that? Mr. Merritt. Go down. Just a little kick. Why not? Yeah, get your stat in there. Get your last little stat in there. Okay. I mean, yeah, the scoring isn't like super huge. But you know what? Kind of feels like a realistic game, doesn't it? Feels a bit. Okay, come on here.
The Power will be looking to improve their kicking efficiency and the quality of their
Who you got there? Who you got there? I know that in terms of like things for me to talk about, I think education would be a very interesting thing for me to talk about. Just because my pathway through that, very unusual. Very, yeah. Immediately takes you, like when you're leaving school at like 12 years old, like I did, at least traditional school, definitely sends you on a life path that's unique. It's kind of unique, and it puts you learn very quickly. You're not smart, you know. Like when you're not in that environment, you learn. And when I say you learn quickly, you're not smart. I feel like everyone has to learn that at one point or another. Doesn't matter how much schooling you go through or like what level it is. I feel like everyone at some point has to learn you don't know everything. Come this way. For me, I guess I kind of had to learn that a bit quicker. Oi!
Oh my word! Up and away! This would give them some breathing space.
This man had himself like 7 goals. Was it like last game or the game before? I think it might have been last week. He had himself 7 goals. It was a big performance for him. Yeah, Mr. Stringer. There you go. I do think that education, learning-wise, everyone has the capacity to enjoy it. I just think that the traditional form of education can be very boring a lot of the time. Like, if I'm just thinking of my experiences, I think everyone can have interest learning stuff. I know I can. It's just, you know, the environment and stuff. Sometimes get rid of that. Oh god. Come to get that.
Tough game. Dersma. That 4-0 forward amounts to nothing. Shield
go.
Turns it over in the
get the
middle.
little kick.
Dixon. He should have.
Can you get that? Oh damn.
The Bombers have a chance to push back now.
I'm gonna put something out there. Don't know if you've ever thought about it. You ever thought of the idea of the that intelligence is just a popularity contest? Might sound crazy. Might sound absolutely crazy to say that. However, I have logic to back that up. I just won't. Get rid of it.
He's completely shanked it.
No, I do actually have reasons to back up that idea. The idea is people give a shit about stuff. Say they like to live. So, if you know how to solve problems and stuff for them, like doctors, then we say doctors are smart. However, oh, come on. What do you got? Bring us in here. However, if you know things about, say, what's something people don't give a shit about? Let's just say something people don't give a shit about, but you know a lot about it. People aren't going to call you smart because they don't value, because what they perceive your ability, your knowledge of that thing or whatever, the impact it has on them isn't really valuable to them, unlike a doctor being able to, you know, save their lives, pretty much. So, you're not going to be seen as smart, but change the world over time slightly, have things move around a bit, maybe things change around. I could have explained that so much better. Okay, come on. That was literally just like the base of it. Come this way. Bring it in here.
They're looking good. Right. At centre half forward.
Go, 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 go. Okay. There's intelligence is fascinating to me in that if you're smart, it's like, great, but you need other people to... Okay, here's an important thing. If you get like the top scientists from Germany to speak to people in, I don't know, Spain. Is anyone in Spain going to have any idea what the fuck that person's saying? Can we say that person's smart if they just show up and start, like, you know what I mean? Like, the audience has to understand what you're saying for them to be able to judge whether or not you're smart? Okay, what do we got here? What we got here? This is what happens when I just half-ass my thoughts. And I just say some of them, and I don't go through it all. That's just what I always do. Literally, it's what I always do. It's what I do with myself, and it just gets kind of built up over time. So to me, I'm like, oh yeah, I know the emotion I'm feeling that is like, that backs up what I'm saying, that this discovery in my, like, this idea that came up in my mind years ago. I remember the emotion of it clicking all together. Come this way. But just pulling it out my ass and it to go speak to someone else, that takes so much effort. That takes too much effort to do properly. No, thank you. But that's actually a pretty good skill. Like, there's literally a difference between. I mean, it's obvious, but there's literally a difference in the amount of energy you kind of have to use to just have a thought by yourself versus communicating said thoughts outwardly. Like, it literally uses different muscles in the brain, and I've noticed that in myself, that I speak a lot more clearly when I'm just thinking to myself, because there's a muscle difference in my brain in terms of what part of it's being used. Have all the information flowing around it's being used, right? It's like any other muscle, like bicep or anything else that you would be using, and then the more you're using it, the quote-unquote stronger it is. So the easier it is to use it. We're then trying to communicate the thought. The muscles in the brain that are being used are slightly different. So if you're not so much used to them, then the amount of weight, what you're doing is going to be a bit different. It's going to be a little bit harder. The word I'm using is weight for it. The weight feels heavier, because it's less developed. So when you go to communicate the thoughts, it isn't as clear, there's more of a strain in. Oh, come this way.
Where would they be without him?
I was talking about intelligence. Where was I going? I was going somewhere with it.
Had little impact so far.
Go this way.
Fantasia will keep coming.
What you got? Holy crap, Essendon are up by 21.
Attracted a crowd.
Okay then. Let's see what you can get in there.
Goes goalward.
Mr. Fantasia misses.
This is an object lesson in how to shoot yourselves in the foot.
Sure.
Ridley to bring it back in. Turnover. That could be a painful
so
mistake.
he comes to bring this in here. And nope. Okay.
20
point. We're winning at halftime. I don't remember. Do not remember whatsoever. Oh, I thought he might have been. I thought he was about to come from behind to get that. Then. All right then. Ooh. Mr. Draper. Okay, so he brings it over here. That's going to be a pork boy. Going to be a pork boy. Get the ball out of there, please. Alright, because I was talking about intelligence being a popularity contest based on what people personally value, like a person's personality, a person's comedy. The values kind of change over time, blah blah blah. So, what you got there? Oh, I know what I was going to say. I was going to mention how, like, if you're someone who is, quote-unquote smart, and then you kind of tell people the answer, right? Those other people know that same answer. And then you, in order to, like, maintain that same level of intelligence, you actually have to be more intelligent, because intelligence is also then based on let me think. What am I saying? I was going to say, like, it's kind of based on how intelligent everyone else is. So to be above average, if you know something for other people, at that moment in time, you are above average. But the moment that maybe you tell other people what that is, and other people find out, the average starts to shift, right? So then in order to be above average still, you have to keep progressing. It's kind of, the idea would be, a doctor from 1900 would not be someone that you would want today, because if you just transpose someone from 1900 into this year, they would be a dumb shit, to put it simply. Okay, based on what everyone else around them knows. So, like, the smartest people of today, in order for them to continue to be the smartest, they have to, in comparison to everyone else, continue to be viewed as someone who knows more than everyone else, and and the things that they know are going to be valuable to, I guess, the majority of the public.
Can they get two in a row? Good
come this way.
Defense.
Okay.
And we'll have a throw in.
Gaz, what's caught your eye?
Will they look to sit on this lead or try to extend it late in the quarter?
So oddly enough, if you want to be like the smartest person, you don't have to be
on the same page.
You don't have to be as smart as you can be. You just have to be. If your interest is just being, well, better than everyone else, it's like Monopoly. In Monopoly, you can buy houses, and then you could buy hotels. This is at least the version of Monopoly that I know. And I learned that if you just buy houses and then don't upgrade to hotels, the other people you're playing can't catch you. So you don't have to be, you know what I mean?
The Bombers
You know what I mean there?
to be in front at the last change. Looking at the stat sheet,
Come this way.
wonder how they've managed to do it.
So what are we at? We're at 14 points. Okay, that's pretty good.
Disposals.
Pretty good. Very interesting.
Taking advantage of their opposition's shortcomings.
And we got some stuff here.
Good on you, Gary. Thank you.
Goes that way.
Dishes it off. Lysette.
Ooh.
Heppel wins it back. Draper receives a clear hand pass. Penetrating ball. Langford clears the area. Burn-Jones. No easy exit. That's poor play. He's given it.
Can you get kicked on there?
Hasn't
Oh.
Right.
Go.
Just needs a
What you
good
got? What you got?
bounce.
What you got?
Wiedemann.
Ah. Okay.
You don't see that every day. Boy.
Away he goes.
Mr. Burden.
Goes
Mr.
towards
Burton.
Generosity is a wonderful quality, but not on a
Get your
football
kick in
field.
there.
Right.
Hey.
Hits the mark and can extend the margin.
I do,
authority on this match.
I'm trying to think of like a good example for it. Like if someone told me that their education was, let's just say, keeping up with the Kardashians, I might side-eye it, right? But at the same time, I feel like personally, kind of have to be willing to give, would the word be credence? Give validation to it a bit, just based on my education and what I know. Because if I just say, hey, you know what? You know what helped me understand the world? Reality television. Like, there's a good chance there's a side-eye that comes from that. But from shows like Big Brother and Survivor, I really learned like social psychology shit. Just seeing what's happening there. But granted, I'm more so learnt from the people's podcasts that I would have been listening to. So like reality TV land, like I don't know if you know RHAP, but that's kind of like the main. That's kind of been the main place, I guess. And you like learn stuff from there. It takes you into other places. Come this way. You can actually learn a lot from wrestling as well. It's just the things that I enjoyed. I mean, I guess that makes sense. If you're enjoying it, you're going through it. Like that's how you're gonna perceive the world. Like based on your internal, like your base of how you kind of are, and then the environment you're surrounded by. Like that's gonna shape your views on stuff. Like that just makes sense, right? It's like the nature versus nurture thing. Like my views kind of, you have like an innate nature more so, like we all do. Like it's a bit different, each of us. But then when you combine the environment to it, that's what kind of just makes up how we are right now. Let's go. Okay. Yeah, I'll just bang it down there.
What's he got on offer? Ridley,
get your handballs over there. A little kick in here. Okay. This way. Oh.
Good hands.
Archie. Yeah. Wasn't it 14 points coming into this? Where's it at now? It's at 27, so this would push it past 30. Nick Martin to do just that. There you go.
And he has delivered.
God damn. So Essendon just starting off this quarter, just looking like they just want to finish it off, man. Oh damn. So maybe if Essendon do just that, maybe it's not a home ground, a home team advantage. Maybe it's a player one advantage, which is which in that case, if that's what it is, and you play against people, make sure you're player one. Unless like you want to do like a player two, you want to do that player two comeback challenge.
He's got the distance, but not the accuracy.
An ugly looking score.
It would make sense considering when it comes to actually entering a game, it takes more effort to actually get the second player to even register in the game. So it would make sense if it's a player one thing.
Finlayson with a dead Wines. Dersma. He'll feel that one.
So you got that. Bring it out. Go.
Parrish gets to it first. Bad error there.
And inside you go.
Not a lot of positives today.
And I thought they were going to get that.
Power have denied them the corridor. Kelly. Searching kick. Setterfield. All alone in the centre square.
Bring
Durham.
there with Dalem.
Kicks to space.
Names are weird, man.
Perkins.
Like, you ever think about how do people's names even become names?
Will compete on the flank.
Because
for the players to catch their breath.
What am I even saying? Oh yeah, like the evolution of a surname. Because at some point, like it has to evolve over time, and then there are just so many. So it's like, okay, what are like the origins of all of these names? Let's go. And that would continue even now, because people would be going, they'd be like, hey, I want to like change my name and shit. Come this way.
It's not leather poisoning.
And ooh, who you got? So we're gonna have like wild ass names, and that just like become very prominent in like 10, 20 years from now, you know?
Dangerous to leave on his own.
Come this way.
The power.
Just simply because someone's like, you know, I don't like it. I want something else. I want something a bit unique. Go this way. Oh.
The pressure. Nothing doing with the kick. Horn Francis runs on. Goes back with the handball. Winds.
Come out there.
Opportunity now. Crosses the paint. Tries to spike it.
Like we're gonna be here being like, hello, Mr. Zootopia. What are you here? You want your whatever stuff? I'll come this way. Like someone has to have called themselves Mr. Zootopia, right? It's gotta be something now. Come that way.
The Bombers can smell blood. Burn Jones gives the handball away. Langford
go over there.
The turnover.
Oh Jesus!
Runs onto it.
You want to come get the ball? You want to come get the ball?
Junior. They're irrepressible at the moment. Setterfield.
A little bit over this way.
Got winners all over the park.
Oh.
The power
comes with support. Go kick it.
Running in support.
That's right. The square. They got to mark this. Doesn't want to do it.
Dixon
over.
Does the crumbing.
Oh, who has that? That's Rioli.
Tooth and nail, not
so
to give up a goal.
The equation.
Still cracking in hard.
This match. What do we got?
The two big men do battle.
Depends what we got here, and then we can mention it. Go.
Kelly.
Get rid of it.
He ran into the brick wall. That's
get rid of that. Who wants to have that? Who wants to have it? Go. Can you get that goal?
One behind.
Oh.
He's missed a couple now.
Okay, so there's under 7 minutes left. It's 33 points. That goal really needs to be kicked.
With the kick in. Heppel. Great hands there.
Because now they need 6 goals in 6 minutes, which don't know about that one.
Direct ball movement here. Draper.
Oh, my hand is cramped. It's getting tired. I can feel it. It's ready to. I'm like, oh my god, is my hand ready to cramp right now? Please
it's no
don't.
place for the faint-hearted. They appeal for a free kick, but will have a stoppage.
I mean, that's what happens when you're going for 5 hours, man.
Parrish.
Oh.
That could be a goal-saving tackle. Misses the target, and it's out of play.
Lots to analyse, Gaz. What stands out?
It's no surprise that the team that's using the ball better is the one winning the match.
And there's a hit out.
With the tap.
Comes
with half a chance.
Okay, so let's set the field there. Get rid of that. Damn, that's really holding the ball. Okay, well, you got to go for it.
Something to cheer about.
Why does they call that holding the ball? This dude's got 40 touches.
Bad kicking there, out on the full.
Can't get it right there. Okay. Andy McGrath.
With a chance to relieve the pressure. Kelly. And they're away.
Sure. Come with Davey, get your handballs in there. So Essendon looking like they're getting this win, man. That's surprising. Might just be that player one supremacy, man. We gotta keep testing that out, I think. I think we gotta keep testing that out. See if that really is true.
Their appeals have fallen on deaf ears.
Oh. Who's come back, Sammy? Oh, someone get that.
Got his palm to it. Setterfield.
Oh, into the middle. Who's coming to it? Who's getting that?
Perkins.
All right, there. Oh God.
They could be vulnerable here. Delivers to center.
And hey.
Butters. He's caught.
That is the ball up. Okay, we've got 3 minutes to go. The result is decided by this point. Unless Port want to do some magic shit, which I guess is always possible, but not gonna happen. No way that's gonna happen.
Looking to peg one back. Some of the delivery has left it.
Where do you want to go? Where do you want to go with this? That's a good kick.
Good kick. Kelly.
That's what I said. I could be a great commentator.
He doesn't waste many.
Wow. Mr. Heppel coming this way.
Wants the corridor.
That's all that is, Mark. Okay, I see there's some people over here.
Horn Francis. Read that one.
All right, we're in that junk time here, boys. We're in junk time, boys. Who wants to get possessions? Who wants to get goals?
He must have heard footsteps. Stringer.
Bringing it back there.
Handball.
They go a little over the top.
Got them on the overlap. Perkins demanded the footy and got it.
It's all
okay then. Archie Perkins. He has missed, I think. Oh, yeah, he has posted it.
Well, you can't afford to dwell.
So we got that minute left. Let's booyah.
Aggressive with the kick in.
All right then.
Caldwell. He's suddenly a popular
Bring it. That's why, Jesus.
With a chance now.
Get the kick going. I mean, that's a handball. Jesus Christ. Okay.
They need to hit the scoreboard here. Ridley got
yeah,
fist in.
they absolutely do. It would have been great if they could do that a little bit more, but you know what? It was a good game. I mean, it was. At like half time, it was looking close. I think even at 3/4 time, it was still pretty close. Just this quarter here, Essendon just they put the foot down, man. They put that foot down and said, no win for you. No win for you. It's gonna be Essendon's. Let's see what we got here. We had Sammy Wiedemann, Jake Stringer. Each had 3 apiece. Yeah. Travis Brock here with 42. Those poor guys on top. It's just so yeah, that's a bit surprising there. Yeah, what was it at 3/4 time? It was 14 points. It was pretty close. So Essendon get this win, man. They had 3 for Wiedemann, 3 from Stringer, and it was Setterfield who led the way for Essendon with 32, and they get on top of Port Adelaide 73-39, 34-point victory.